But you know what though? I worked in everything, dude. Food, service industry, retail, everything like that. Is there anything funnier though than somebody who worked in the service industry telling somebody else at a different restaurant that they worked in the service industry?
You don't get it, dude.
Dude, it's
You've never worked a restaurant.
No, you guys act like you guys are Army veterans who are fucking passing each other, being like, "Oh, sick patch, brother." You guys are like, "What kind of a fucking operating system are you guys checking people out on?"
All right, imagine like this. Imagine you went to go fucking meet your girlfriend's parents, right?
Yeah.
And her dad goes to shake your hand, and he goes, "Just so you know, I curse a lot and smoke weed. You're welcome to too." Fucking hell yeah, dude.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? What are you fucking? What the fuck are you talking about?
You went there going to be on your best behavior because you're like, oh, these people could fucking ruin my life. This sucks. But then you tell them, hey, guess what, dude? You could fucking smoke at the table. You could do whatever.
No.
I'm a waiter too. It's
No.
chill. Dude,
No.
it's so
That's
you don't get
not
it,
a
dude.
direct comparison.
Because you've never worked in a restaurant. You don't
Dude,
get it.
yes, I have worked in a restaurant. That is also not a direct comparison because here's the deal. It's the fact that you guys are trying to, like, be their friend. It's like you walking up to the waitress and you're like, sorry about them. I actually am also in the service industry. I'm a waiter as well. Bro, it's the lamest fucking thing.
Dude,
it's so lame to be like, I also hand out Shirley Temples.
You're exactly why we do it, though. You're exactly why we do it.
But I'm a great customer and guest.
Understand.
I don't fucking like cause any issues. You're talking the waitress's ear off.
Do you see your fucking face, dude? If I was your waiter, I would be like, oh, this guy's gonna be so mad if I fucking forget his little umbrella. I gotta make sure I'm super nice to this guy.
I didn't get a little umbrella, and you're the one who's scared in this situation, not me. So let's hold on a second.
Because I make 20 cents an hour unless you like me.
And I'll tip you nicely, but I'll do that because I respect what you do. I don't need my friend to tell that waitress how much more he respects her than me. Bro, I'll do it on the tip. I got you. I got the respect. I don't need to tell you that I also
missing
can't
the forest
go to,
for the trees. Missing the forest for the trees.
Rusty's like, did you also miss Father's Day? Weekend shifts, am I right? You're like, shut up.
See, you don't get it. Weekend shifts are great. That's where you make all your money.
No, I know.
Fucking poor idiot.
No, I know. And all your friends hang out on Wednesday mornings.
Working Wednesday lunch, this guy. Working brunch shifts.
Rusty's schedule was I wake up at 3 p.m. and I work until 3 a.m. What a life. What a life. How was it?
It was so tight for a second.
How was it rubbing down my table? How was that? Dude.
You take lemons in your water?
No.
You take lemons in your water?
Gay, dude.
No one's ever washed a lemon before they put it in your water.
I was just going to ask.
Can you never, ever. I worked at a Del Frisco's. Ooh. I worked at a fancy restaurant. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter. They don't wash your fucking lemons, you sourpuss.
Doesn't affect me, dude. I drink Coca-Colas like a man.
When I was in North Carolina a couple of weeks ago, I saw the bartender go to the back, come out with just a bunch of limes and lemons and put them down on a cutting board, just with her hands, just moving everything all over, not wearing anything. Didn't go back and like serve people drinks and go back to hand slicing these lemons and grabbing them by the inner parts and just throwing them in the bartender thing. So I'm like, oh my God, that's got it. Like, I like a good gin and club with a lime, but not if it's been through 90 hands.
That's what I never got is at the bar, it's like, if you're serving a table, right?
Yeah.
And you put the lemons down, you got to put it on a fucking plate. You got to give them like a little fork for it and shit, right? At the bar, they watch you just put your hands in it, and they're like, yay.
There's something about, you know what, though? There's something about in the eye of the beholder that you're like, they wash them before they put them in that little bucket, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, I missed the first couple stages of this. Yeah. No, like you said, it's just a fucking dump. Just a dump.
Dude, and like literally, if there's a bucket of limes, your waiter, like if he picks one up and it's a gross lime, it's going right back in the bucket.
Yeah,
fucking grab another one, baby.
Yeah. Dude, I will agree with you, though. I've been out with friends of mine from the service industry, and I'll leave you with a story with a guy that I worked with at Under Armour at a bar. The things went a little haywire. But anytime I go out with people and work in the service industry, you go to a restaurant, like they could work, it doesn't matter if they work at a fancy place, a not so fancy place. We could go to a fucking corner pizzeria, and we could go in and they'd just be like, I know what it's like, brother. It's like, yeah, don't worry. I'll make sure we clean up here. I know what you're going through.
I just don't know how you could hear. I was a waiter for 10 years, and I'm telling you that if you sat down at my table and said, hey, just so you know, I'm a waiter too. If you get cut or something, just let me know. That it would make my night better. So why can't you just believe me that your waiter wants to hear it?
Oh, no,
because they don't.
I'm sure they want to hear it. It's just us who didn't work in it probably are just like, oh, that's so cheap.
Out of people that go to a restaurant, pretty wide variety of people, out of those people, How many of them maybe at one point in their lives worked in a restaurant? 50% of the establishment?
But
do they
John,
all have
this
to
is-
tell you that they know how to make a whiskey club?
That's
like a
not
fucking
the
like
forest
what are
for
we
the
talking
trees.
about?
All right, last attempt to genuinely make this make sense.
Let's see.
If my table is 6, if my section's 6 tables, right, and one of them tells me, hey, I was a waiter too, then I know I can put more of my energy into the 5 tables that don't know what it's like to be me.
So
Yeah.
when you bring up that you worked in the service industry, you're just signing us up all for worse service?
Yes.
Thanks. Wow, what a win.
100%.
What a great wow, what a
100%.
noble man you are.
100%.
Never mind, you've changed my mind. Keep bringing it up. Keep bringing it up and ruin all of your friends' experiences.
You know, the only
My friends are my people, brother.
your friends are waiters.
Unfortunately.
we can at least all agree that the movie Waiting was fantastic, right? I mean, that's a
it
service
honestly-
I haven't seen it
industry.
in years.
I didn't
Oh,
think
man.
it would hold up at all. It kind of holds up. If you're okay with the idea that Ryan Reynolds fucks underage girls, the movie holds up great.
Oh, I'm perfectly
I
fine
think he
with
does that in
that.
2 different movies.
Yeah.
I think he does that today.
In real life, I think he does that in his own.
not Zombieland, but wasn't he in another Adventureland?
Yeah,
Doesn't he fuck?
yeah.
He fucks weird. He fucks
He
like
does in
underage girls in that
Adventureland as
too.
well.
Yeah, wait,
Yep.
hold on a second,
Damn.
dude.
And yeah, he says, "Hey, welcome to Wrexham."
Do you guys know?
Oh damn, dude.
Back in the day, I couldn't differentiate Ryan Reynolds from Dane Cook. I don't know what it was, if they were in the same movies. What was the movie Dane Cook was in where he was...
Employee of the month.
yes, Employee of the Month. I constantly would get him and Ryan Reynolds confused in that movie. I don't know why.
They
I
were
think he was
very
blonde in that one.
What was that?
He was blonde in that one.
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
very themselves. There's not really a lot of acting going on for either
Yeah.
one of them. Like Ryan Reynolds, you can like appreciate, but he's pretty much the same in everything.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's like there's just certain people that you cut. Like there was a point in time where I would just confuse Mel Gibson and George Clooney.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know, one of you guys are saving banks and other one of you
Yeah.
guys are saving Scotland or something, right? Like you guys are doing some similar shit, right?
Other ones screaming about the Jews.
Yeah,
Maybe
similar
both of them are. I
vibes.
don't
I
know.
think they all are in one way or another. You're
Yeah.
working in Hollywood, you're screaming about the Jews. Could be good, could be bad.
Yeah. Although I can kind of resonate with the service industry comments because I did pump gas at Wawa, and anytime I go get gas, I kind of like. Oh, initially, I would be like, "Yeah, I used to do the same thing, brother." But what it would always come down to is I would kind of sympathize with them and let them know, like, you don't have to come back to my pump. I'll get out and do it myself. But then after a while, I'm like, why am I creating myself work? I was like, it's time for me to sit back and let somebody else do it. I don't know. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Here's my thing. If I walked into like a Home Depot and I was like, I used to be a cashier, they would look at me and go, cool, dude.
Because
do you
you're
want
not
your receipt?
affecting how much money they take home at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
difference
but
there.
I'm gonna be a good customer and tip well and treat them with respect. I don't need someone else to be like, I know how to talk to them. And you're like, yeah, I mean, we're all adults. I think I know how to talk to them.
Not everyone's gonna do that, bud.
Dude, but I hear what you're
There's
saying.
a night where
It's nights
where
for
I
them.
worked 8
It's not
hours
for
and
them.
made $60.
When you tell somebody that you also work in the service industry, it's not for them. It's for you.
See, all right. Has
It's for
anyone ever
you.
come up to you and said, "Hey, just so you know, I have a big dick"?
Yes.
All right, never mind. This joke doesn't work.
Just like-
I was gonna say, that's another thing that we do. Waiters, we say that. Big dick guys, we say that. It makes sense that you're not in the loop.
You guys
I
are
know.
all in the same
You're not in
group.
the dick loop.
I could have easily said no, but I knew you were going with it.
All right, cool.
So I had to kill it.
I love you, dude.
I had to kill it.
That's fantastic.